It is time for All About Your Money. You know you want to make more money with your money. It's possible if you pay attention to our guest, Lance Hokett from Hokett Financial Group. Good morning, my brother. Roll Tide.
Good morning, Steve Shannon and Jersey Girl. How are y'all this morning?
We're doing well, man. I want you to tell me about your Easter weekend. How was it?
Man, it was a little unusual.
Yes,
tried to do some pictures Sunday morning. Of course, it was cloudy, rainy, but hey, you know what? He has risen, that's all that counts, brother.
Amen. You're absolutely right. And then, of course, we had to, I don't know about you, but I spent the afternoon and evening with James Spann.
He is the most watched guy around, isn't he? It's awesome watching that guy. He knows every nook and cranny of this place. He was a little off last night, though, with North River and that area. He kept calling it East Tuscaloosa. I'm like, James, it is North Tuscaloosa, buddy.
And he knows better.
I know it. I was like, it's not going to Alberta or Cottondale. It's going north. Come on, buddy.
He was probably exhausted. Well, I got to tell you what, the thing that got the most attention from our listeners this morning and on social media was when he used Wesley's booby trap as a point of reference during the tornado coverage. I'm like, what?
Well, I got to tell you, I missed that one. I did see that on some of the social media, but I missed that comment from him. I don't know how he could do that with a straight face.
I don't either. He did, though, and I guess it proves just how many people know where that is, right?
Hey, that's exactly right, that Walker County area. So,
Amen.
Man, I'm thankful we've not heard, or at least I haven't heard of any injuries, any issues with related to those storms. So God blessed us with that.
That's right. We are hearing just this morning that there were a few injuries, but no fatalities in the state of Alabama, unlike Mississippi and the states around us who did have fatalities. But we certainly dodged a bullet here in Alabama, that's for sure.
I talked to my good buddy, Mayor Tony Lester, earlier this morning. I had heard he's also a fireman here in Tuscaloosa, taking care of the great folks of Tuscaloosa, and he said that had a few little issues last night, but thankfully everybody was taken care of well. So
absolutely. I wanted just this morning, with your permission, obviously, to talk about, because we get caught up in our subject matter a lot of times. For people that don't know, that are listening to us right now, tell us about the basic services that you provide at Hokett Financial.
My slogan, if you want to call it that, my slogan is a more comfortable approach to the management of wealth. Now, look, if you want to see me in a suit and tie, it's not going to happen unless I'm invited to a wedding or maybe to a church service or some other kind of church event. So, folks, we're very casual, we're very laid back, but with a very clear purpose, and that's to help our clients do just a little bit better through a very thoughtful process, whether they've got a 401k, whether they've got assets that they need managed, whether they just want a financial plan to say, okay, here's where I am today versus here's where I want to go. And we've been doing that day in and day out for quite some time, over 2 decades now. Very blessed to do that. To sit down face-to-face, well, that's a little different today, but
right.
Through our WebEx, through phone calls, working hand in hand, just to help people make decisions about, is this a good time to refinance? Is this a good place for my money for my 401k? Is this a good insurance policy for me to have for my life, health, disability? Am I doing the right stuff that if the good Lord calls me home today, that my assets get transferred appropriately according to what I want to have happen? And we've got a great probate judge here in Tuscaloosa County. But you know what? If you don't have a will, the state of Alabama's got one for you.
That's exactly right.
I want to make sure that we're helping people make decisions ahead of time so they're not caught off guard. And there's even a couple of other pieces with a healthcare directive. The state of Alabama has a very basic document that says feed me or don't, resuscitate me or don't. I've sat across from families their children have had to make those decisions. You know what? It makes sense just to put it down on paper so they don't have to make that decision.
That's right.
So that's what we do, Steve. We help people through a thoughtful process, very easy, very casual, but very professional.
I like that you say a more comfortable approach, because this subject matter in and of itself causes anxiety and stress for a lot of us. So,
it does.
I mean, we're intimidated, by it, and you help overcome that.
We've talked about this before, that not to be crude, but people will go to their physician, drop trowel immediately, so much easier than they'll even come in here and talk to a professional about their finances. And it shouldn't be that way. It should be very easy to talk about. It should be an open, positive conversation. I think most of the time people are more they think that they should know more about it, but they don't, so they're afraid to address it. You know, we bring years of education and experience to the table, so they don't have to worry about that. You're not going to have to walk in and talk about all the bad stuff. We don't want to look at history. We want to look at the forward. We want to move forward.
That's right.
And that's kind of my thought today. When I woke up and saw that all the trees are down and all the stuff, I thought about our topic last week was let's start to prepare. Let's prepare for the emergency. Let's prepare for your 401k. You know what? That's a great reason to. Let's say you wake up this morning and there's trees all down. Yes, we're in the South, and there are going to be guys and gals helping, but what if you don't have that? I want to make sure you got enough cash on hand. You can call the tree service. You can call the guy, the landscaper, to say, hey, I need you to come and get this out, and you don't have to put it on a credit card. But you've got a cash reserve sitting there, and that's the foundation of what I want to talk about for y'all going forward.
And you are right, Lance Hocutt. We call and rely on and seek the help of professionals in so many things, but when it comes to our finances, one of the most important things, we think, oh, we'll just wing it. Not a good idea.
Not a good idea. If you have time, and I use this example all the time, one of my best friends, we all remember the Amway years,
yes,
when Amway was just, hey, let's go do Amway. One of my best buddies, I'll just say David, I won't say his last name, he stopped everything. He stopped, sold a business, and he went and he sold Amway. And you know what? He did phenomenal until he got tired of it and said, okay, I'm done. But what did he do? That's all he did. A lot of the do-it-yourselfers say, "Oh, well, I can be an attorney, I can be a grocery worker, I can be a landscaper, and also manage my assets too." You know what? Why don't you turn it over to a professional that does it every second of the day? And there are a lot of smart people out there that can do it, but you've got to dedicate every second of the day to make that happen.
And of course, your reputation is exceptional in this part of the country, and your more comfortable approach is something I think that would appeal to anybody listening right now. Don't think you have to be a millionaire to use the services of Lance Hocutt Financial. If you are, he can help you too. Tell everybody how to get in touch with you, maybe to get started.
Real simple. 2 ways. Lance at lancehocutt.com, or our phone number 205-345-9733. God bless you guys. Thank you for your time that you give us. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. One of the best, everybody. Lance Hocutt Financial. Again, email Lance at lancehocutt.com. Website, lancehocutt.com. All about your money. All about life. Lance Hocutt Financial. Part of the team here on the Steve Shannon Morning Show at 95.3 The Bear.